God's blessings to everyone. This is a DGHradio.com news and information news update for the United States Virgin Islands, and I'm reporter DKS reporting the news for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, covering the latest developments from across the United States Virgin Islands. A leadership change is underway at the Waste Management Authority, where a seasoned administrator with deep island roots and decades of federal oversight experience has been selected to steer the agency. With billions of dollars in local and federal resources on the table, priorities include modernizing operations, improving landfill management, and expanding recycling, all while restoring public confidence through ethical governance and results. On housing and land use, a proposed shift from a previously commercial-focused plan to a housing-forward project in a quiet residential district has neighbors wary about zoning changes and long-term intentions. Planning officials are collecting written feedback on stormwater, traffic, and environmental impacts before issuing a recommendation. Meanwhile, on St. Croix, a separate mixed-use rezoning request in Estate Richmond, combining dining, beverages, and 3 efficiency apartments, has closed its public hearing with conditions on parking, drainage, and hours under review. Infrastructure headlines are significant. The Virgin Islands Port Authority has approved more than $50 million in contracts to expand and upgrade both the Cyril E. King Airport on St. Thomas and the Henry E. Rolson Airport on St. Croix, adding gates, modernizing terminals, improving baggage systems, and enhancing customs areas. The Water and Power Authority has secured $25 million in federal funding to harden the grid and integrate more solar with battery storage, including composite poles, undergrounding in vulnerable zones, and utility-scale renewable projects. In Christiansted, reconstruction of the waterfront boardwalk now targets completion in early 2026. Due to supply challenges and needed seawall repairs. The finished design aims for stronger drainage and storm resilience. Economic diversification efforts continue. A new Digital Connect initiative seeks to attract remote workers through a streamlined residency process and incentives, pairing that with community mentorship to grow local talent. The university's Research and Technology Park has open applications for a no-cost, months-long incubator to help residents validate ideas and launch software and digital ventures, even for those without coding backgrounds. On St. Croix's Flat Top Plateau, major retailers are exploring a power center concept that supporters say could plug retail leakage and broaden the tax base, while critics urge protections so local merchants can thrive alongside national chains. Public finance is front and center. Lawmakers have advanced a budget package exceeding $1 billion for the new fiscal year, with investments in education, health, public safety, and infrastructure, while maintaining the $35,000 minimum base salary. Senators are also probing vendor payment backlogs and cash flow timing and the Office of Disaster Recovery is urging agencies and contractors to hit federal deadlines to protect reimbursements and keep billions in recovery work moving. Community well-being has notable developments. The government has finalized the purchase of a permanent facility for a children's care home on St. Thomas, enabling trauma-informed spaces, play areas, and storm-resilient features. Health officials have confirmed the first local cases of dengue serotype 3 on St. John and are urging residents to eliminate standing water, use repellents, and repair window and door screens. On the medical technology front, a clinic initiative is bringing advanced prosthetics, on-island three-dimensional printing, and peer support to limb loss patients, shortening wait times and improving mobility. Farmers on St. Croix are calling attention to worsening drought conditions that are damaging crops and stressing livestock, prompting calls for water storage projects, drought-resistant crops, and more efficient irrigation. Public safety updates include progress and pressure. The police union is pressing for salary adjustments and back pay amid budget constraints tied to broader wage floors, while leaders discuss phased step plans and equipment priorities. Investigators on St. Croix have arrested 3 suspects linked to a string of armed robberies after coordinated surveillance and community tips. Evidence recovery continues. In a separate violent crime case, a woman was seriously injured in a hatchet attack before the suspect fled and crashed. Charges and victim support services are in motion. Authorities have confirmed the death of a missing St. Thomas taxi operator, with the investigation ongoing and industry groups urging enhanced safety practices. At Cyril E. King Airport, a traveler was arrested after a firearm was detected in carry-on screening, a reminder to follow all federal rules for transporting weapons. Courts have postponed sentencing in an elder fraud case to finalize reports and victim impact details. And a product liability lawsuit on St. John alleges a defective ladder and inadequate warnings after a construction fall. Justice and policy remain under debate. Prosecutors are seeking appellate review after a judge barred pursuit of capital punishment in the killing of a law enforcement officer, raising questions about timing, due process, and resources in rare high-stakes prosecutions. Separately, a coastal zone management bill designed to streamline permits sparked intense legislative debate. Supporters cite job creation and efficiency, while environmental advocates warn about erosion, habitat loss, and reduced public input. The measure has been sent back for revisions. Tourism, culture, and sport round out the day. Cruise calls are stacking up for the fall on St. Thomas at both Haven Site and Crown Bay, with agencies coordinating traffic, berthing, and staffing to ease congestion and maximize small business opportunities. Preparations are underway for the 2025 to 2026 Crucian Christmas Festival, celebrating enduring traditions with music, parades, culinary showcases, and cultural pride, an important boost to tourism and local commerce. On the pitch, local clubs delivered dramatic victories that set up championship rounds and showcased the unifying power of community sports. Finally, the Earth offered a gentle reminder of our region's seismic setting, with a light offshore earthquake felt in parts of the territory and no damage reported. Emergency managers continue to encourage households to review plans, maintain supplies, and practice drop, cover, and hold on. These and other issues are of great concern within the islands. What do you think are some good solutions? Let us know your thoughts by texting your comments to 1-315-898-1449. You can also join our WhatsApp group and get the news, weather, and other insightful information delivered right to your smartphone. To join, text JOIN to 1-315-898-1449. Please include your name in the text message. You will receive a call to verify your request. I'm your reporter, DKS, signing off for DGHradio.com. Remember DKS and DGH, together we dream kindly, speak deeply, and give hope, because on DGHradio.com, the news never sleeps. Goodbye for now. Ciao.